deposit, so to facilitate the client experience inside our ecosystem. So then we start to take few license, and so we start to provide a crypto product inside our app.
So your app brings together several products. It sounds a little bit like a neobank. So can you tell us exactly what customers can find in the PureWallet app, and why is it that you decided to bring together all of these facilities?
Yeah, it started actually as a crypto wallet app. So where initially was basically the client could just deposit and withdraw crypto and exchange into fiat. Then we became a neo bank. So we had a bank account, full bank account, client card. We now have a few products inside the app. The customer can invest in over 3,000 instruments inside the app. Stocks, ETF, commodities, crypto with leverage, spot crypto, and then there is like also the next step that on this stage there are not many competitors on the market. We are a portfolio management license company, so we provide investment advice and investment strategy for our customers. So we have seen many years of experience that over 95% of our customers are that invest in the instruments we leverage. They are not profitable customers. Life of a customer that invests in the financial product is like between 3 to 6 months, and then probably they do a new deposit, but then still stay losable. So we added the next step, so the financial product, where we are a strategy incubator. We select the best strategies based on some risk rules, and we make available for customers to invest. So when the customer actually realize they are not profitable, probably they need to lose a couple of times before they understand that they are not a good trader. So then they will find strategies based on their risk profile.
You come from traditional finance,
yeah.
And at some point you realized that the times are changing, let's say that, and you decided to go into crypto initially. What is it that you bring from traditional finance, you and your colleagues, into this app that we should know about? And how do you think the times are changing in that sense?
So what I think is a risk perspective point. So all people coming from a crypto industry, they are really super risky, and for them like 20% losses is like acceptable. People that come from a finance background, they try to manage the risk a bit differently. So I think we are different on this side. And let's say, yeah, things are changing. We integrated crypto as a payment facilitator, because many customers that were requesting is easier to deposit. Customer in Thailand, customer in South America, customer in Nigeria to be able to deposit crypto instead than to deposit with their local currency and to be able to invest. So it's crypto open the market and help us and the customer to be closer and faster in this industry. But of course now with all the changes and the regulation, especially in Europe, now there are important changes there. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that as well. MiCA is setting a general rule that countries have to adopt. Now every country is different, some are a bit more advanced, some not so much, but I understand there's also a lot of bureaucracy. How does that work from your perspective?
So we passed this part because we used to have two VASP. VASP license is what was before MiCA. VASP license in Lithuania and in Italy, and we saw completely different approach by the two countries. Italy was the Central Bank of Italy told us, take Lithuania, don't bother us. We don't want crypto companies, so we will just approve a couple of them that they are backed by real banks. Lithuania, instead, they start to, the requirements, there were a lot. We took many other licenses. We have financial license, portfolio management license. So we went to many processes in many countries. With crypto was different because even regulator didn't know what they were the requirements. Many requirements, they came in between the process. So it was really complicated, it's still complicated, and let's say, countries like Italy approved only one crypto company up to now, and time is tickling because it's 1 month now.
And there is a lot of competition coming from abroad, like from the US, for example. Do you think Europe is going to withstand this on the long run, or would it be left behind?
The point is that there are countries, let's say, as Canada, we have also a Canadian license, it's much more flexible on this side. But the point of Europe is like, if you don't have European license, you cannot approach European customers. So it's like you are obliged still to get it. So even if there are competition and there are other possibilities to get license, still you cannot have a clean, proactive approach on European customers. So competition cannot do much, or other country cannot do much. So you still need to have your European entity to target European customer.
When you look ahead, the next 2, 3, maybe 4 years, because I'm asking you this because I'm noticing, and everyone's noticing, I think, that there is a merger going on between traditional finance and crypto. What do you think traditional finance will adopt from crypto, and what will crypto adopt from traditional finance?
I think basically stablecoin. I think last week Banca Sella is an Italian bank already filed for a license to issue stablecoin. So this is the only things standard bank they're gonna be using because it's so the Euro Digital is coming in the next couple of years. I don't think they're gonna implement any others from the digital industry.
Since we're at this conference and people want to know about your app as well, what are the things you would like them to walk out knowing about the PureWallet app?
So we are not just a digital bank, we are an investment hub. We're going to implement by the end of the year a diversified product with alternative and tokenized investments, so that customer, this is already in process, where customer can invest in tokenized real estate, tokenized equity, and real asset. Client by this summer will be able to invest in wine. That is right now is not so common to find, but there is a lot of request for some particular high net individual customer. So we target by the end of the year to be one hub for investment. We don't pretend to be like a payment aggregator or distribution with many crypto assets, but we see everything as an investment. Crypto, stocks, ETF, real estate, wine, and everything, so that the customer can check their net worth from one single app.
Okay, so it's mostly targeted in the future at investors, at traders.
Yes.
Is there any other feature from the PureWallet app that you're preparing in the future that you can give us a hint at, maybe?
I mean, we are working on the corporate side with payments, physical payments, card processing, but this will require more integration, and so to offer also investment product for corporate. That now there are not many providers right now, but there is some request, so corporate customer to be able to invest in a normal financial product. Yeah.
Okay. So that would be basically the future for the PureWallet app. And now if you are looking at the crypto market in general, at this stage, the way that it is, what do you think it's evolving towards as well?
So crypto right now, I see, especially in Europe, it standardized with standard European banking system. So in terms of requirement, in terms of structure, so crypto as a payment, became more complicated than normal SEPA payments in Europe. So I don't see the future of crypto, especially in a high regulated area like Europe, to be used as a payment system, more like a long-term investment product. Let's say gold. Gold was used many years ago as a currency. Then it started to become like a standard reference for currency, so money to be issued based on the gold on the reserve. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're gonna be for me like that, not like a physical transaction, but to be used as a base for like then the stable coin to be used as a transfer. Yeah.
And do you think banks will adopt blockchain as well?
Yeah. There is already the change, but they will be using chain system for monitoring transaction transparency, of course. Yeah.
And at the moment, if you're looking at what's going on all over the world, I'm curious if you're noticing that there is and sort of economic crisis going on, and if you feel that it is also affecting this market. And I'm talking mostly of the war in Iran, the war in Ukraine. At least in Europe, it does have a direct impact on the markets.
Yeah, there is a direct impact for general economic, but in financial market they are still pumped, but I don't know for how long. So personally, I expect like a general crisis, and that there is a lot of still on financial market like a lot of overpriced, and there is now EA like a trend like was in 2000. There is some base, some actual numbers that make sense, but there is a general overprice, so a real crisis still didn't come, will come, I believe, not only based on war, but in general like situation worldwide. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we saw a little bit of that a few months ago when Bitcoin, for instance, went down all of a sudden, a lot more than it had in years up until now. So there's signs of that.
Yeah, for me, Bitcoin, I mean, I'm different from what you. I'm not an holder. Actually, now I'm shorting Bitcoin. I see gonna reach under $60,000. I mean, I'm not positive on this situation. I'm not the right person for Bitcoin holder. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Are there any questions from the audience?
What is it? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What is the right wine to invest in? Wine. You mentioned that you're investing.
Yes, we are already investing in wine. So what we do, there are some regions that there are trendy for a long-term investment. there is Super Tuscany, Bordeaux, Bourgogne, and Champagne. All the rest is not an investment for me. We'll count California, but there is really a small selection. And we decide to add this asset because we really live in a digital world. When a client comes to our office, there is nothing tangible. We're always talking about numbers on a computer. I installed in my office in Milan 2 fridge. I removed 2 columns, I installed 2 fridge where I store like 300 bottles just to have the feeling when the customer meet us that we can even invest in something real that they can touch. And so we have this selection on the Super Tuscany and some French wine. We always suggest try to enter in the first 5 years when the wine is in the bottle, or to get en premiere. En premiere when it's still not in the bottle but is in the barrel.
Do you think that's a good USP when it comes to marketing strategy, that you're actually given the possibility to invest in wine?
Yes, so we work a lot with financial advisor. The financial advisor, they do asset allocation for customer. Customer with over 1 million in asset, we try to suggest between 5 to 10% in wine, because it's less volatility than the real market, financial market. And we see that we can manage to give like between 15-22% a year in average.
What other kind of assets do you see that are as interesting as this one?
So, of course, real estate. Now we are adding. So, what I do personally, before to give to the customer a product in where to invest, I invest first myself between 3 to 5 years. So, wine I start to invest probably 6-7 years ago. And so I tried real estate as well, depend on the region, depend on the developer and many things. But the real estate could be a long-term product. And let's say I tried art, didn't work for me. Maybe I did the wrong choice, but so that art is not coming. I tried, I created a system for art tokenization, but the problem with art is that it's the value of the product. It's not actually comparable with something else. I mean, it's really in the air. For you can be like a 100,000 euro piece of art. For me, it could be 5,000 euro. So it's difficult to give a real evaluation. Let's say for other product, there is like a standard index, and is not always unique product. So, and for art,
subjective.
Yes, it's really. And probably we're gonna add some like vintage cars as well as a product for investment. Yeah.
Those are not subjective; those are objective. They're a good idea.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Oh, there's someone over there.
What do you believe about investing in gold?
Investing in gold?
In gold, yes.
Investing in gold. Gold used to be unrelated with the stock market. Now it's really correlated. Could be an alternative, but I'm not into like physical gold because it's like create some issue in the storage fee, and you need to trust who is storing for you. Last year between gold and silver, they were super in trend and they had the best performance. The problem is that volatility now on gold it reached a crazy level. 90% of my customers that they trade short term, they trade the gold. 90%. Used to be like 20% 1 year ago. But when the retail customer is moving on one product, means that you need to get out. No, I usually say when my dad, that come from a military background, when my dad is asking about one product, I sell it. When my dad was asking, but about this Bitcoin, tell me, maybe I want to invest, I sold. Because when people that are not into this industry start to ask about it, it's time to get it. So, and this is about gold for me.
Any other questions?